Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content on this channel as of late. Just did a first impressions video earlier today on Fresh, so hope you guys are enjoying that video. Check out that movie also, it's pretty good. Let's talk about, just to cap off, I guess, this trilogy of Will Smith videos. Let's talk about what the Academy's response was today. Pretty much the last thing to this whole Will Smith drama. And pretty much after this, no one's really going to care. But I feel that it's worth talking about because, yeah, we'll get there. As you guys, if you've been living under a rock, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars, and we have been waiting for the Academy's response to this for quite a while, and they officially today had made a statement on the entire thing, and of course laid out punishment for Will Smith. Beforehand, though, just to set the stage correctly, he did resign from the Academy a few days ago, which at the time when I heard that, I thought, okay, that seems like a good deed or a good thing to do. But at the same time, it also gives him, it does well towards his case with the Academy, which I have a suspicion played a role into what the consequences are for Will Smith, which are this. He is banned from the Oscars for 10 years. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why did I just do this? Well, that's where a lot of the issues start to arise, because this isn't really a ban. And we'll get to why. Because this ban really means nothing. But we'll get there. Let's just talk more about just the ban itself, and talking about just what's laid out in front of us. So he is banned from being at the show, so he cannot partake at the Oscar show. He can't go out to the parties. Can't do all the festivities, basically. And he can't do that for 10 years. Now, I think 10 years is a little exaggerated, in my opinion, because even though I've been saying in the last few videos about Will Smith that, there's no getting around it, or, spinning it in any way. It was a stupid thing that he did. It was absolutely stupid. Really a low point for the Oscars, in my opinion. I mean, the Oscars has always been going downhill. This just made it a much steeper slope. But if you put it all in perspective, removing, the fact that it was on live television, the fact that he basically just took away a bunch of people's moments from that award show, and really, disrupted the whole night. Removing all of that, if you look at it at face value, this was a minor assault. He didn't punch Chris Rock. He didn't go, to any further extremes. He just slapped him. Now, if you had the choice between a punch or a slap, I guarantee you that you would want the slap. I'm just saying. Assault is assault. So, I'm not trying to protect Will Smith, because, what he did was absolutely wrong. But my point being is that he could have done worse. He could have done way worse, So I think for 10 years, I feel like that should be reserved for, bigger things. Like, if they were, scrapping on stage, if they really went at each other, then I can get why there's, a 10-year sentence. But Um, but it was just a slap. Like he also cussed him out too. Um, but if you put it all in perspective, he just disrupted the show and he did a minor assault. And I think I was expecting like 3 or 4 years, like nothing to this extreme. So I think 10 years is a little exaggerated, um, because at the end of the day, it was just minor assault. So that's what I can say just about the general gist of this. Now, when you get when you look at it more closely and you see what this ban really has, or what it really does. Um, remember what I mentioned about him not being able to go to all those festivities? This the partying and just being at the show itself. That's basically what the ban is. You're probably asking yourself, well, he's also banned from eligibility, is he? No, he's not. He could still be nominated for Oscars within that 10-year period, and so on. So really, what this ban is not really a ban. It's just a cover-up of some kind. Because this isn't a punishment. This is not a punishment. Okay? Because all it amounts to is him not attending parties or the place itself. It's basically just not stepping foot on their property. It's the equivalent of me like being banned from McDonald's, but I could still go get a burger. It's not really a ban at that point. If you're still able to have eligibility, if you're still able to be nominated for things within that 10-year period, it's not really a ban then, you know? Like like it's just not. Um like if you're gonna ban him outright. Like don't let him be nominated for Oscars, don't let him attend the show, like remove all of that. Um I think the reason for it is because of that resignment. I think that his resignation, I think, played a role into the decision making, and for him to to uh, to still be nominated because he's also a huge name. They're not going to like if this was a nobody, or like a nobody meaning like in the public eye, people can't they look at that face and say, I don't know who that is, that sort of thing. Um, then that person would not be nominated for all a bunch of stuff and whatever. Um, Now, sorry, I have a stuffy nose. I was just at the beach all day today, or all afternoon. So if I have a stuffy nose, my apologies. But uh, but yeah, they said in their statement like, well, we can't take away his Oscar, which at this point I can understand that because a vote is a vote. If it was if the committee thought that he was the best performance that year, then he deserves that statue. Separating the act itself from the performance. You have to understand that point. What I don't understand though is after that's done, after that all the dust is settled, there's still that code of conduct that you have, which is that you do not condone violence in any form, and if that happens, there will be consequences, including expulsion or sorry, exclusion, expulsion, suspension, all that stuff. And they mean that for everything, from eligibility, from voting, all of that. Basically, what Will Smith's punishment is he can't he can't go to Oscar parties, he can't go to the Oscar shows, and he probably doesn't get Academy screeners. That's not a punishment. It's really not a punishment. And by doing all of that, the Academy didn't stand by their word. They literally went on Twitter 24 hours after this whole incident played out and said, we do not condone violence in any way, and we'll have consequences for Will Smith and all that stuff. I mean, you really are condoning violence if the man is still allowed to be nominated for Oscars and stuff like that. I mean, it's it just shows how embarrassing the Academy really is, um, when they just can't stand by their word. Because again, this is not a ban. I mean, it's a ban, not a actual ban. Um, like I said, it's the equivalent of me going to McDonald's. If I can still get the burger, then I am not actually banned from McDonald's. Um, so um, yeah, so they actually do condone violence. They actually are saying that that's okay, which sets up a really bad precedent moving forward because um, what the Oscars is basically saying with Will Smith being allowed to, still be nominated and eligible and all this stuff, they're basically saying that assault is okay. It's okay to be had at the show because you'll still be eligible for awards consideration and even after assaulting someone on live television, whether that be punching, slapping, whatever that may be, as long as you're a big enough name, you can still have that awards consideration. It's kind of disgusting when you really, really think about it. Um, so, um, like my thought is that, for a minor assault, I wouldn't strip his chances to be nominated. Like that, I personally believe that. What I'm saying is that if you're gonna ban him, do everything clean slate, no nominations, no no eligibility, no attending this and that. Like do it actually right. Um, I just like they're not standing by their word. That's why I take issue with. Because I do believe that he shouldn't be stripped of his eligibility because again it was a minor assault. This wasn't anything else but that. So he just slapped Chris Rock. That's it. Open hand. That's all it was. It was only one time. Um, so when you put that in perspective, I I don't see why he should be stripped of his Oscar and stripped of his chances to be nominated in the future. I don't personally see anything that would make that decision warranted. I just don't see that. Um, uh, but like I keep saying, if the Academy is going to ban Will Smith, they have to do it right. They have to be firm. They have to, you know, again, really stand by their word because what they're basically saying is that it's okay. It's okay to be violent. It's okay to do these things, and as long as you're a big enough name like Will Smith, then have at it. Whoever comes walking on that stage. Um, so so yeah, I this ban is pretty ridiculous. I think that I personally, again, I think that stripping his chances to be nominated, I don't really think that that's warranted, considering what we saw. Um, but at the same time, if the Academy is going to ban Will Smith, um, like that's the phrase they use, banned. They didn't say suspended or anything else. They said banned. If you're going to ban Will Smith, then you have to live by that you have to stand by that definition, which is that he cannot be nominated for anything. He can't be attending these parties. He can't be at the show. Like that's you know that is putting your money where your mouth is. Like because you say you don't condone violence, but why is it that the man can still be nominated? Why? I know why. It's because he's a big name. Again, anybody else who would have done that action would have been pulled from the show that night because they said the cops were ready to take him, but there's like all this backstage drama of like who said what. Basically, what it amounted to was that Will Smith did not want to leave. He was using his star power, and the Academy basically was just had their hands tied. They're like, I guess we're not going to do anything. Um, and uh, and with this decision today, I think that it just further cements the real just ugliness that this whole organization really has. I mean, like I said, they've been going on a downhill spiral for a long time. All those decisions from this year and just for the past few years have just been ridiculous. And I saw a little bit of the Oscars. I saw what they did with all the nominees that were removed. It was pretty poor taste, in my opinion. Um, so so yeah, just so my point is clear, I do believe that actions needed to be taken. I do believe that he needed to be suspended. Um, I'm a little bit iffy on whether we should strip his uh, his eligibility away, but at the same time, though, if you're going to be suspending somebody, if you're going to be doing this and that, morally, the right thing to do is to strip them of everything, so that you are setting a good precedent moving forward, showing everybody in your organization and all the branches that if you mess up, you get the Will Smith treatment. Um, like, you use Will Smith as an example, an example of what not to do. Now people are going to look at this as an opportunity possibly, and that's what scares me a little bit. Because they're basically saying that it's okay, you can come on stage and you can slap someone, punch someone, whoever, all right, as long as you're a big name, we don't care. That's what they're basically saying, and it's pretty gross. Um, so so yeah, some stuff I'm a little 50-50 on, but I think the right thing to do, morally speaking, as I said, if you're gonna ban someone, ban them outright. You gotta strip them of everything. Um, you gotta live by that code of conduct, and you gotta stand by your words. And they decided not to do that. So yeah, curious to know what the union's gonna do, what SAG's gonna do, because they have their own punishments. I'm pretty sure it's going to be in a similar vein because they were waiting probably for the Academy to put out their own punishments, or their own punishments. Because basically what Will Smith gets to do for the next 10 years is basically what I'm doing. Just sit at home. That's it. He could still be nominated. He could still do this and that. But it's, I don't know. It's just, it's just pretty pathetic, honestly. This ban is pretty pathetic. So, yeah. Again, not sure if we should strip his eligibility, but like I said, at the same time, rules are rules. Rules are rules. It's in the code of conduct. We do not condone violence in any way. So you gotta live by the rules. I mean, we live in a democracy here, so we have to live by some kind of rules, some kind of code. So even though I am 50-50 on a certain thing about this, if the rules say a certain thing, then that's it. Those are the rules. You have to live by those rules, or you look like a hypocrite. In the Academy, it just looks like a huge hypocrite. So I have my own opinions on certain things, but that doesn't change the fact that rules are rules. So if you're going to ban him, everything should have been removed, because now you just look like big hypocrites and just ridiculous. So yeah, I think it was a dumb decision. I think they should have like really banned him, not ban him. And yeah, I think this is setting up a bad precedent moving forward, and I'm kind of scared as to what next year is probably going to offer. So, and really sad for the comedians, by the way. I mean, like, what's going to happen when a comedian goes to do the Oscars, or even if any comedians want to participate at the Oscars? Like, what happens then? there's probably a massive scare to go up on that stage now because of this decision. It basically like it has to be like terrifying, to be on that Oscar stage now if you're a comedian. And I don't like what this sets up at all. And this all could have been avoided if you just banded the dude. Just ban him. Just like I said, if you can still get that burger from McDonald's, are you really banned? Probably not. So yeah, guys, that's my thoughts on this ban. It's not really a ban. It means nothing, really. So you guys let me know your thoughts on it. Do you guys think that the Academy are justified, or are you in my camp where you think that it's just a pretty meaningless act, a pretty meaningless decision? So you guys let me know your thoughts, and that's going to be it for this video. Sorry if I was a little stuffy. Like I said, just came back from the beach. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I'll catch you guys in whatever videos next. Maybe a first impressions video, maybe another topic video like this. Who knows? But hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys next time.